I want to come now to Rajasthan, where we've been reporting from the first day that there is turbulence in the air for the BJP. Even the BJP realized that the caste arithmetic in Rajasthan seemed to have become highly tricky. How does all that translate into votes and seats? So in the desert state of Rajasthan, the Congress expected to back 37% of the votes, the BJP 51%, the others 8%. But the problem is not that 14% gap in vote share. The problem is when you get down to the seats, in several of the seats, the BJP has faced very serious desert storms. How does this translate into seats in this desert state of Rajasthan? The Congress could get between 5 and 7 seats. In Rajasthan, the BJP between 16 and 19. This is a state, Pradeep Gupta, that the BJP had swept the last time round, 5-7, and interestingly, in a direct face-off with the BJP. So what happened in Rajasthan which did not happen in a state like Chhattisgarh or Madhya Pradesh?
So in Rajasthan, actually, there is a good context in pockets, particularly the seat selection of BJP, Ganganagar, for example. You know, this is the Dalit SC reserve seat. There is also a good, Dalits are not happy at all with the new candidate. So they are also, like this, you will find in multiple cases, there is a local contest, local factor in Rajasthan. And in Rajasthan, you know, if Dalit, Adivasis, Muslim, and most importantly this time, Beniwal aligned with Congress, took the lots of Jat votes into Congress fold.
This is really, it shows that if the Congress gets its strategy right, and if there is anti-incumbency on the BJP side, they can convert that into votes. It's not impossible.
You know, you're right there, but one of the main issues was candidate selection, Rahul. On key seats, the BJP has repeated candidates. They thought they're going to go in with the Modi wave. Last time, this was a 57% that the BJP had. So, you know, key seats like Jodhpur, I'll give you an example, Kota, these are all sitting, you know, go ahead.
And what had happened, the chief minister also coming from a Brahman community, so Rajput is on the other side than the Dalits.
They managed to localize the election, Rajdeep. 25 seats, it's a seat-by-seat election in Rajasthan, and what's fascinating is how quickly it turns from one seat to the other. The issues are very, very different.
You only have to contrast what happened in Rajasthan Assembly with what happened in Madhya Pradesh Assembly. Rajasthan Assembly, if you look at the numbers, it was literally a kate ki takkar. 10 or 12 seats here or there could have made all the difference. Rajasthan has been seen as a state where caste plays a much greater role than it plays in most other in central Indian states compared to Madhya Pradesh. You've seen Meenas, you've seen in Jats, you've seen in
which they never vote. The Jats, Meenas and Gujars have never voted in the past. So for the Congress, which Rahul was saying, this is a plus. They've managed to do a social engineering of sorts where you've got the Gujars, the Meenas and the Jats to vote together in pockets like Dholpur, Karoli, Bharatpur, where it will impact.
Yeah, but it's not so much the Congress getting its social engineering right. It's also the BJP with its candidate selection.
Yes, exactly.
Please appreciate.
Both of them
the elections are not won by one side.
I just said
you see, we go by Jo Jeeta Wo Sikandar. It doesn't happen like that. The fact is, in many states, and the BJP is finding this even in Bihar, sometimes you give candidates tickets in the belief that Modi ke naam pe jeet jayega.
That's what
Modi ke naam pe you cannot. This election is showing in some parts, and Rajasthan is a good example, purely on the name of Modi. If you don't choose the right candidates, there were candidates in some of the constituencies in Rajasthan who were replaced at the last moment. You've got a chief minister who, as has been pointed out, is not exactly pulling the entire party together. These are issues on the ground, and the Congress has some reason to smile in Rajasthan. But a senior leader, by the way, told me, I will change my name if the Congress doesn't get 8. Sir, you will have to change your name on the 4th if you don't get 8.
But Rajdeep, just look at what you're saying. The Congress is about 1/3 of the BJP in Rajasthan, and you're saying they got reason to smile. They're still 1/3. I mean, they're 1/3. So it's about relativity, right? You could either be 0 or you could be a good loser, but you're still a loser. So that's not really adding up to very much. In a head-to-head fight, they have to be able to beat the BJP. Yeah, Shankar.
This whole election has been Congress wins if it wins 100 seats, BJP wins if it wins 300 seats. This has been the positioning of the entire election. The Congress needed to lose less and the BJP needed to win
No,
more.
in particularly Rajasthan,
But
Rahul,
you
this has
make a
happened
fine
it's happened as a midterm referendum where the Rajasthan government is concerned. Because at that point of time, it was a tight election. A lot of people, the anti-incumbencies got carried forth.
Well, it's
So
just
it
3
is.
months.
You
You can't call it a midterm referendum. But
It
what
seemed like that on ground, Rajdeep. When you were talking to people, there was anti-incumbency other than just caste calculation.
But how can it be midterm? The government just got started.
Okay,
It's
okay,
just
we'll
got
call
started.
it a referendum.
Let's take a look at what's happening in the hot seats of Rajasthan. I'm going to pick Barmer. Barmer is important because Barmer is a seat where you've got Ravinder Singh Bhati contesting as an independent. And he's up against Kailash Chaudhary of the BJP. He's also up against Umed Ram Beniwal of the Congress. According to the Hawa in the seat of Barmer, Ravinder Singh Bhati, who originally comes from the BJP stock, there were local disagreements, they couldn't keep him on board, he walked away, and what it shows to me, Rajdeep, is how quickly faces can emerge, voices can emerge, ideas can emerge, which are beyond your control. And I think Ravinder Bhati, especially if he wins in Barmer, reflects that. All the senior BJP leaders I spoke to, they were so rueful of the fact that they let Bhati go, that they couldn't keep him. They tried to bring him back, but it was too late by then. In some senses, not really like a Hardik Patel kind of phenomena, but in that sense, getting crowds, potentially winning a seat and showing how quickly things can slip out of your hand.
Preeti went and travelled there, so you can tell us a bit about Ravinder Bhati.
Are you sure I can talk?
Yes, but but let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. Let's not, we should be focused. Without this thing, let's be focused. The Congress, BJP made certain mistakes in candidate selection, but tell us about Ravinder Bhati.
Well, I actually think the Congress could get an upper hand because Ravindra Bhati could take away certain votes. But yes, he's a phenomena there where
What is he like?
Barmer is concerned.
What is he like?
He's young. He's 26-year-old. He's pulling in the votes. He's coming in with only one contention, which is, I'm going to take your local issues. So while you have a Kailash Chaudhary, who's a sitting minister from the Bharatiya Janata Party, talking about Ram Mandir, you have this young man who says, कि मैं आपको पानी लेके आऊँगा. He's talking about कि Barmer में पानी नहीं है, and it is also transferring to the sentiment to the neighboring constituency of Jodhpur, where you have the Jal Mantri sitting there as an incumbent MP, Gajendra Shekhawat, and people are actually complaining that there's no water. So there's the localized election that this man has fought is resonating on
Yes.
ground.
So this is what happens when you have a very, very young candidate, a 26-year-old. He doesn't give big bhashans. He gives these bite-sized bhashans in a corner meeting, and he moves to the next spot, and he can cover ground far quickly than what incumbents have been able to do. Another thing, he is a Rajput, and the other two, Congress and BJP, are both Jats. So there is massive consolidation of Rajput votes going in one direction and the Jat division of votes
And
there.
I think used to ideally vote for the BJP on this.
Exactly.
seat.
So this is the reason why Bharti is actually
I think broadly what we are seeing, where the opposition is able to localize the election and put it on local factors, they have more than half a chance.
But he'll go
in a state like Madhya Pradesh, they've not been able to do that, and therefore the Modi factor looms large. That, I think, is the only hope so far that I can see for the opposition at the moment. Or you have a young leader like Tejasvi Yadav who's able to take the battle in a state like Bihar into the opposition camp.
What will Ravinder Bhati do if he wins, and once he wins? Will he
He'll go
stay
back
as
to
an
the
independent, or will he come back to the BJP?
I
That's something
interviewed him.
to look at as well, because he comes from the BJP stock, and therefore if he goes back, net is just a local ego battle that's been resolved in this election, but ultimately he potentially could still go back.
That's right. Let's go to the next state.
Let's now go to Gujarat and take you, there's really no surprise there. In Gujarat, it's one-way traffic.